Reinvention may have easily been the musician's middle name. This multi-talented artist parlayed his spectacular guitar skills into a legendary status as one of the hottest blues axemen on the West Coast during the 1950s. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Johnny Guitar Watson. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more content. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro. Born Johnny Watson Jr. on February 3, 1935 in Houston, Texas, Watson's musical upbringing was deeply rooted in Houston's thriving blues scene. His father, John Sr., was a pianist who taught his son the instrument. But young Watson was quickly drawn to the sound of the guitar, specifically the electric guitar played by T-Bone Walker and Clarence Gatemouth Brown. His grandfather, who was a pastor, was also a musician, offered to buy him a guitar under one condition, and that's if he didn't play any quote devil's music. As a teen, he played with fellow Texas future greats Albert Collins and Johnny Copeland. His parents separated in 1950. When he was 15, his mother moved to Los Angeles and took Watson with her. Back then, Watson's main instrument was piano. That's what he played with Chuck Higgins' band when the Saxons cut Motorhead Baby for Combo in 1952. Watson also handled vocal duties. Watson won multiple talent contests in his new city. As a result, while still a youngster, he worked with jump blues bands including Chuck Higgins' Mellowtones and Amos Milburn. He has performed as a vocalist, pianist, and guitarist. He immediately established himself in African American juke clubs on the West Coast, where he made his first recording for Federal Records in 1952. He was known as Young John Watson until 1954. That year, he saw Joan Crawford's movie Johnny Guitar, and boom, a new stage name emerged. His first size for the King subsidiary found him still tinkling the ivories, but by 1954, when he dreamed up the absolutely astonishing instrumental, Space Guitar, the youth has switched over to guitar. Space Guitar ranks with the greatest achievements of his era. Watson's blistering rapid-fire attack, done without the aid of a pick, presages futuristic effects that rock guitarists still hadn't mastered another 15 years down the line. Watson moved over to the Biari Brothers RPM label in 1955 and waxed some of the toughest upbeat blues of their time frame, Hot Little Mama.
Little mama, you my hot, yeah, yeah.
Too Tired.
Come too tired, yeah, yeah. I'm too
And Oh Baby. Scorch the strings with their blazing attack, Someone Cares for Me.
one in this world.
Was a churchy Ray Charles style slow dragger in 3 hours past midnight. Cut bone deep with his outrageous guitar work and laid back vocal. Watson's cool phrasing as a singer was scarcely less distinctive than his playing. He scored his first hit in 1955 for RPM with a note-perfect cover of New Orleanian Earl King's Two Chord Swamp Ballad, Those Lonely, Lonely Nights.
Yes, you know I'd be happy.
Though he cut a demo version of the tune while at RPM, Watson's first released version of Gangster of Love emerged in 1957 on King. He recut Gangster for King, reaching a few more listeners this time, and dented the R&B charts again in 1962 with his impassioned violin-rich blues ballad, Cut In.
Excuse me, partner.
Never content to remain in one stylistic bag for long, Watson landed at chess just long enough to cut a jazz album in 1964 that placed him back behind the 88s, along with longtime friend Larry Williams. Watson rocked England in 1965. Their partnership lasted stateside through several singles and an LP for OK. Among their achievements as a duo was the first vocal hit on Mercy, Mercy, Mercy in 1967.
Tell them about it, Watson.
My baby and I, when she walks by.
He scored a hit with I Don't Want to Be a Lone Ranger.
One and only one. I don't wanna be.
For Fantasy before launching a remarkable run at DJ Records highlighted by A Real Mother for Ya in 1977 and an upgraded Gangster of Love the following year. Watson's album Love Jones was published in 1980. The death of his buddy Larry Williams by gunfire in 1980, as well as other personal misfortunes, caused Watson to briefly step away from the spotlight. I got caught up with the wrong people doing the wrong things, he was quoted as saying by the New York Times. But while Watson's 1994 album propelled to new levels of recognition and chart success, the album has gotten a Grammy Award nomination. In a 1994 interview with David Ritz for the liner notes of the funk anthology, Watson was asked if his 1980 song, Telephone Bill, predicted rap culture. Anticipated Watson replied, I damn well invented it, and I wasn't the only one. Talking rhyming lyrics to a groove is something you'd hear in the clubs everywhere from Macon to Memphis. Man, talking has always been the name of the game. When I sing, I'm talking in melody. When I play, I'm talking with my guitar. I may be talking trash, baby, but I'm talking. In 1995, he received the Rhythm and Blues Foundation's Pioneer Award during a presentation and performance ceremony at the Hollywood Palladium, sadly in the midst of a truly heartwarming comeback campaign. Watson passed away from a heart attack while on tour on May 17, 1996, collapsing on stage at the Ocean Boulevard Blues Cafe in Yokohama, Japan. At around 7:40, when performing the first verse of Superman Lover, his first song of the night, he made a gesture as if pushing the microphone stand towards the audience with his hand on his chest and fell down on his back. He was pronounced dead at a nearby hospital less than 2 hours later. 2 days afterward, one of Watson's bandmates told the audience, Johnny once said that if he were to die, he wanted to die on stage. He was only 61 years old. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song from Johnny Watson?